A few years ago, in the country of Saudi Arabia, there were 10 teachers, 10 female teachers. They were on the Tabuk highway. The 9 teachers who were in the bus, they requested the bus driver to play the music as the journey was long. We want to enjoy ourselves in this journey. Please play the music. The 10th sister, Muhammad, she interjected and she condemned this claim. And she said to the driver, Ya Fulan, ittaqillah. Oh driver, ittaqillah. Inni la uridu an asma' al-haram. I do not want to listen to haram. La uridu an asma' al-aghani. I do not want to listen to music. La uridu an ughdiba rabbi. I do not want to make my Lord angry. The driver looked at her and told her, keep quiet. Until wahida, you obey yourself. You have no right to speak. I do not care what you say. I shall play the music. So the driver, he plays the music. And the sisters, the teachers, they start enjoying themselves. They start partying, they start dancing in the bus. A short while later, the bus driver, he has a momentary lapse of concentration. And the bus, it veers, it swerves, and they're involved in an accident, brothers in Islam. One of the most horrific accidents on the Tabuk highway. One of the sheikhs who was close by, he says, we came to the accident site, we were 6 of us. Wallahi, when we came there, we were very shocked. You find a hand over there, a leg over there, a face here, the nose is somewhere else. We found 9 of the sisters, they were thrown out of the bus, body parts are in pieces, and their hijab is torn completely, that their nakedness is exposed. Their back is exposed, their chest is exposed, their private parts are exposed. That is the state we found these sisters in, 9 of them. Says, we covered them. We looked for any survivor. Perhaps we can tell them, La ilaha illallah, and they die upon that state. Says, I came, I found the driver. I said to him, say La ilaha illallah. Qul La ilaha illallah tuflih. Say La ilaha illallah, you gain success. He says, starts crying. I said to him, say La ilaha illallah. This man starts crying. He says, brother, I have a request for you. Kindly, go look for a righteous lady and give her my salam and ask her to forgive us. Ask her to forgive me, for I am the reason. Please ask her to forgive me. I ask her, the sheikh says, I ask him, where is this lady? He says, you will find her, go look. Says the sheikh, I left this lady, this man for a short while, he died immediately, I left him. I went, I looked for that righteous lady, and when I came to her, wallahi, brothers, we all started crying. Wallahi, we all started crying, making tasbih, making takbir for the state we found her in. Wallahi, she was covered with a hijab from her head to her toe. We could not see any part of her body. We did not see her skin completely. She was completely covered with a hijab. Only blood was flowing on her hijab. We could not see her completely. I came to her, I touched her forehead to check if there's body heat. Is she alive? And I found indeed that she was alive. I said to her, say La ilaha illallah. She looks at me, she starts crying. She looks at me, she starts crying. Then she says to me, Ya akhi, arfa yadak anni. Oh brother, you found me in a weak state. That is why you have dared to touch me. Lift up your hands from me. You're not allowed to touch me. The sheikh gets shocked. He lifts up his hands and he says, Ya ukhti, innaki satamutin. Oh sister, you shall die. The sister says, Al-mawtu arham. Dying is more merciful. Min an akhuna Aba Muhammad wa huwa fi bayti. For me to betray Abu Muhammad by allowing any other man to touch me other than him is an act of betrayal. I will not do it. Even in the state that I am in, I shall not allow any man to touch me. The sheikh says, I'm trying to convince her, sister, the ambulance has come. Let me carry you into the ambulance with the fellow brothers. Says, La, wallahi, I'm not going to forgive you if you touch me. Wallahi, I'm not going to forgive you if you touch me. I tried to convince her that this is darura. I'm not catching you for any reason except for darura. She refuses completely to listen. Short while later, she loses consciousness, she collapses. Then we carry her, we take her to the ambulance. We reach hospital with her, the doctor sees her and says, this one, khalas. All her bones are broken, even I'm surprised she's still alive. I'm surprised she's still alive. The sister woke up a short while later and she says, brothers, please take my phone and call Abu Muhammad, call my husband. The husband comes at exactly 9:30 to the hospital in the morning. And he says, أين المؤمنة؟ أين الصالحة؟ أين العفيفة؟ أين القائمة? Where is the righteous lady? Where is that modest lady? Where is that beloved lady? Where is that religious, the one who prays at night? Says, يا إخوة أنتم ما تدرون. Oh brothers, you do not know about this lady. والله إنها تقومين الليل إنها تقوم الليل كل ليلة. She prays every night the قيام الليل before she prays, before she sleeps. The Shaykh says, I came to the brother, I held his chest and told him, brother, have sabr. This is the qadr of Allah, this is the decision of Allah, have sabr. And I took him into the ward to see his wife. He gave assalamu alaikum to his wife. The wife replied, wa alaikum salam. And she said to him, uqrub ya Aba Muhammad, waddi waddi'ak. Come closer, Abu Muhammad. I want to give you my farewell. I want to tell you goodbye. Says the Shaykh, wallah, I've never seen such a thing in my life. The man came, he carried his wife with his hands, and he put his beloved on his chest, and they started crying together. The wife said to him, "O Aba Muhammad, give my salam to my children, and tell them that Mama is waiting for them in Jannah. Tell them that Mama is waiting for them in Jannah." The husband starts crying again. Then the wife says to him, "Ya Aba Muhammad, أسألك بالله أن تسامحني أسألك بالله أن تسامحني. I ask you by Allah to forgive me. I ask you by Allah to forgive me. Do not be angry with me. Wallahi, I do not allow any man to touch me. Wallahi, I have never betrayed you in my life, and on my death I'm not going to betray you. Oh Abu Muhammad, forgive me. Do not be angry with me. Let me enter the Jannah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're pleased with me." The husband cries, he cannot speak. Therein he says, "Ya Muhammad, ushhidullah, I testify by Allah that you are amongst the people of Jannah. I do not know you except that you fast every day. I do not know you except that you pray at night. I do not know you that you are amongst the best of wives. I testify that you are amongst the people of Jannah." The woman starts crying, and the husband is holding his wife. Therein, the wife says to the husband, "Give my salam to my kids, my children. Wallah, I do not have anything in this dunya apart from these young children. Give my salam to them and tell them that I'm waiting for them in Jannah." Then she said, "La ilaha illallah," and she breathed her last and she died. This is the story of Muhammad as narrated by one of the sheikhs of Saudi. Look at the taqwa of this lady. Look at the advice that she gives on her deathbed to the brothers. Do not touch me, ittaqillah. This was her advice even on her deathbed.